Morning, Steve in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Yesterday we had the market back off a little bit in corn and beans because the noon weather map suggested that over the next 2 to 3 weeks, U.S. weather was going to be mostly normal across the Midwest. This is a little contrary to one of the maps that suggests that a ridge of high pressure in the southwest might bubble up into the western corn belt and bring in some dry and warmer weather. Overnight, prices are a little bit better. I think that number one, led by wheat, market found support at a trend line. It's bouncing off that support level. 3 previous times it's actually rallied 60 cents from the low and kind of reflecting the talk that maybe we might see a little bit lower wheat production in 2018, especially in Russia, maybe Australia, and maybe Europe. So maybe that might be getting a little support there. We don't see yet any runaway bull markets, basically because the weather still looks normal across most of the Midwest. Export sales today, we're expecting some numbers like maybe 600, 900,000 tons of old crop corn, 200 to 400 new crop, 200 to 500,000 tons of old crop beans, maybe 200 to 500 new crop, and maybe 250 to 450 wheat. Yesterday, the White House said, as far as U.S.-China relations are concerned, they really don't want to accept the offer that the Chinese, $70 billion of buying U.S. ag goods and energy. They'd rather have the Chinese relax their import quality restrictions. That probably is very hard for the Chinese to do. They also suggested they still might impose $50 billion worth of tariff on Chinese goods. That's a little negative, I think, to especially the soybean market, but we'll see how the negotiations go on down the road. We also have next week the U.S. And North Korean summit. We'll see what comes out of that, and a USDA report. And in general, the report is expected to show maybe a little bit lower corn and soybean carryouts, maybe a little bit lower wheat crop than what the USDA is saying. And then maybe for next year, a little bit higher corn, a little bit higher wheat and soybean carryouts, and maybe a little bit lower corn carryout. So again, not a lot of new news to push the markets higher, except we're holding key support and maybe getting either a little short covering or a little bit buying going into next week's numbers and the weekend. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.